idea of like, you know, what has happened there, what has gone on. Seemed to be some like urgency crept into that.
A bit of pace here. Solotov dug himself side and security. Knows that one is always watching off, and Dovahkiin. I tell you what, we were joking about this yesterday and saying, you know, guards.
Need if you're going to try and play in CCTV, if you're trying that in your ranked games, you always need somebody kind of playing at half wall that could play across, but like that for the trade essentially. Users does manage to get Jalad, but the damage is done. They've lost 2 already. Nitro goes out, not going to get the job done, continues trying to fight with the Blackbeard here. Users, he knows that his team needs something. They need something to get them established in this round, level things up 3-3, because at the minute they've got a man disadvantage, and this is not looking good for Falcons.
Trix has played this so well. He shot out at C4. He's dealt with the second C4 that was thrown at him as well, and is still applying pressure. Uses entirely distracted while his team are in this advantage. Oh! Sprays through the man and gets rid of one P9 behind him, and then finally gets rid of Trix.
Lose a couple of kills, yeah, you can, you know, lose a bit of ground, you can do these things, and you can fight your way back into it no matter what. It just simplifies things, and users made it about as simple as it gets, but so does Dover. Takes down Solotov, 4 versus 4 as he gets Twisted Minds back into the round.
At least getting something for sure. Not quite the end of the world yet, though. P9 getting rid of users, so that might really start to slow things down, and Trix into another. That's too...
You know, realistically on either floor, there's about 6 rooms that you're working with, you know, so you can just track down people and put them in bad situations, just like they've done there. They've just very, very slowly pushed down with the blitz.
Back pocket. Interesting choice there when they haven't got any hard breach on side. That's definitely directed towards certain gadgets they want to get rid of. Things like Solotov on the Fenrir.
Having Solus there as late round Pantanile can be so valuable, and they don't have that now.
Look, just like, what are you meant to do,
This is horrible.
What are you meant to do? You're flashed out by Ying, you've got a potential Deimos track coming in, you've of course got the Grimbees coming out. It is brutal if you're out roaming anywhere. And yet again, Falcons are down to a man at disadvantage. At least one being recovered, but this is where Twisted Minds then turned up the heat last time around. Oh, the timing. He's down anyway, it's okay.
Yep. See Solotov taken out there, 4 versus 2, 30 seconds left to go, and the hunt continues underneath for Hasham. He's going to take some damage though. Tell you now, Brede is going to do a lot more to Trix. Manages to take him down, absolute freebie. Twisted Minds getting ahead of themselves a little bit. Not enough intel there to know that Brede was playing that position so aggressively on the door, and that might just be the opener that Falcons need to get themselves into this one. Track comes in from underneath. We've got the Deimos working down there, but User still does the damage. 5 seconds left to go. 1v2, surely he's won the round. It's a 1v1. Can he win it? No! Falcons need to count their blessings there.
Fair play users though, that was huge.
Himself away a little bit early, or more a good shot from Dover, took him out early, but much better this time from Solotov. Gets one, goes for another, can't find it, but continues fighting. He's doing his job. He's got half of the round wasted here. It's going to be tricky, but Tune finding a shot does help him out. 1 minute 25 left to go.
So well, where a lot of other players would lose their life, get caught out by a C4, get shot in the feet and go down. He's consistently applied pressure. Now I've finished talking about him. Obviously he dies. Jalad at least gets one back, thank God. This is my fantasy team and I need...
Seconds left to go, and Twisted Minds not really getting anything going. This player inside of Customs is causing them significant problem at the minute. They know he's there. They manage to find him. Dover takes down Leakerfact 2 versus 2, but it just becomes an absolute mad dash for sight, and Users takes advantage. Kill onto Jalad, leaves Dover with it all to do. The pistol will... Is it so well? He knows when to drop away. He knows when the game is up for him. Challenge comes in though, and he just sells himself a little bit there, peeking around the corner without any pre-fire going towards Hasham, and he does get cut down for it. P9 managing to find Solotov. Twisted Minds in the advantage. 3 versus 3 though, as Leakerfact there with a late trade takes down the Icons.
So at least close enough now with the vouch time they've got that they can still fight their way back through. Leakerfact getting one certainly not going to help because Dov...
Yeah, have a look down the hatch, get the Grimbees out, but you've got to deal with the rotations. Takes the drop in, but it's too much of a risk because Trix gets taken down. 39 seconds left, so a bit of time to work with. P9 in the 1v3 makes it a 1v2. Starts working around. I think he knows that there is a bit of a presence around this corner. That's going to tell him there's one bomb chassis. Not sure he's actually aware of the mirror. No, he's not. He doesn't know that Leakerfact's inside of the doorway.
This is very easy as well. A smoke straight down, cross towards one side. At least get away with the one thatch coming out. Is there another C4 to follow? No, there isn't by the looks of it. In fact, yes, it just comes over, but it's been zapped out again. Dove spotting out both and dealing with them, and now they've got a diffuser down to try and deal with. P9 getting rid of June. The Oster shield also helping out on cover here. This has been an excellent attack, and one clearly that Falcons weren't ready for.
Yeah, just taking their eye off the ball a little bit maybe. They had the multiple nitros, they sent them in the right direction, but there was already a plan in place to deal with it. 2 versus 3 Solotov is going to get himself on the diffuser. I tell you what, if users can hold them at bay, but he can't. There was an opportunity there, maybe, but it continues. 1v1, 11 seconds, the Shom holds on! And man,
Twisted Minds. Honestly, the result so far is unpredictable because I think that the strength of both close to each other.
I thought we just saw a Capcom ban then. You know when the bans come out and it was a...
We do hear the shield kind of extending, but there's just nobody there with him to help him push forward. Dover manages to take down Leak. In fact, the one player who was closest to him, that's the Deimos gone. 5 versus 3, Twisted Minds looking good on the defense so far.
Absolutely. I mean, that's crumbling here. Falcons on the push on 40 points of damage and a little bit of fire, which Dove put out straight away with the Tuberal, or being repeatedly spam called, knowing that you will die if you let that keep on happening eventually, because you'll have to try. You have to stop the phone at some point. They will just swing you and kill you. And look now, he might be down a bit on HP, but he's turned it into a kill. Can't be called anymore. So he is very much an air quotes free agent here to roam around the map and cause bother.
Yeah, something Nick was talking about yesterday on the cast. Solotov manages to get 2. I'll come back to that point. 4 versus 1 now. All up to Dover. Half health, having lost that damage from the Dokkaebi, as she said. And it might just start to pay dividends now. It does as June finds the kill.
I was like, where the hell am I going with all of this? It's a shield. It counts.
Any shield will do.
And the scan comes in. Here he goes. Dove with the call coming in and gets shot from behind. There's Leaky Fat look back in spawn. Just waiting for it to step.
They have now got themselves more established inside of the map, so Falcons need to just continue moving. And as I'm saying that, they're getting themselves together. User strays across the office window. No idea that there's a player inside of there, and it is too easy for Hasham.
And he gets away with it. No way. He's managed to escape, now getting down towards 1. It's Liquifat bringing 1 back onto a second. Jalad and Trix collapsing before him as he finds a 3K.
So it has leveled out that health issue a little bit with Hasham being so low now.
No, for sure. I mean, there we go. There's at least 1 back. But that plan's going to get stuck, and Breeday's managed to finishing it off. Solosov's in a great spot as well. They can't drop in through the hatch. They had the chance. It has passed. And now P9's got to do something really special to recover this. Manages to get the drop. No idea the players were both in behind him just a second ago. I think, in fact, they've even rounded out in towards lobby here. But there we go. Shield in his face. Information going to be feeding across the other side. All Solosov's got to do is wait here, because P9 can't afford to get this stick off while there's a shield bearing down on him at the same time. Tries to come in for the longer range. Maybe a potential 1v1 to come, but there's only about 5 seconds to work with here. He's out of time. He's white screen. Falcons will hold on to him, and they're going to pull themselves into the lead.
The Dokkaebi has been backed out anyway, but it does. It kind of, Falcons are creating a no-win situation there, because now you've got the Deimos, and you can't stop the Deimos tracks. So June walks in.
So much reliance on things like a Dokkaebi, a Deimos, you know, all the different tools that rely on information. Those are actually shut down and denied away by a Mute. That's a fantastic play by June. Woohoo! In he goes on the stake and gets away with 2. But yeah, I think we're having a little bit more freedom. No one is going to be sat in behind. A Mute is certainly going to help things out. It's certainly helped them to start things out. Breeday dropping the shield, going for his own kill, gets rid of Trix. Dove once again left in a 1vx, forced to try and bring down here, Tim. But I think we know how this tail ends. It's Falcons.
Down an Fnat as well, possibly. And yeah, great stuff from him, giving a bit of access to archives, something that maybe Falcons can use later in the round. They try to get the angle there, Twisted Minds, but Leakafak is quicker on the draw, manages to find his man. 2 kills either way, leaves us in a 3v3. Smoke off the board though, that's a big loss. Toxic Babe canister's gone, plant going down, nothing that they can really do to deny this here. Nogashmot mines in pocket, and that is going to be a kill in the nick of time instead.
Perfect.
From Dover. Absolutely brilliant stuff.
I like how he's set himself a bit further back and not really look to get hyper aggressive on challenging from those angles, and it's given them the kills that they need. It's given them the presence that they need as well. Now, Usis on defense was on this wall and got a wonderful 3K, Tim. I don't think he'll quite get the same opportunity on at the attack. Gonna try and stick it here. 3 players all starting to gather around. They get a lick at him, and sure enough, P9 is there for the finish. Twisted Minds pull one out. Yeah, I mean, Dobbs, I think, still sat inside of security, same as he was before, but not going a lot hyperactive on the... Man, come on! Just one, please, just one!
Never mind, Des.
It's all right. And then my other fantasy player goes down too. Liquefact's off the board as well. Both been deleted, but it's still a man advantage. No, it's not, because Dov has gone even bigger, Tim. He's found 2. 3 versus 3. My only worry.
Trying to work from above, so I think the plan is very much going to be try and get inside a site, put a plant down and then hold it from above. They know where the player is, and Solotov removes his head. Dover taken down, and that is a big loss to Twisted Minds. 30 seconds.
The plant's going down as well. I don't think Hashom's in a position to be able to deny this. And there's Solotov on for 3 in the round. Hashom's not going to be able to rescue this one, I'm afraid. Shield is going to go up. And yes, Solotov might be low. He might have 2 spots. That is unbelievable. Fair play. He's got rid of Solotov through a white screen. That's impressive, but still far too much work to do, I'm afraid. It's exactly like we saw earlier on. It was a 1 versus 2 in a similar position. And he needs to get a hell of a lot done if he's going to be able to recover this one. Try and bait away on the defuse a little bit. Get Breeder to drop the shield and then maybe try and go for a kill here. But it's Yusu's at range. It means a lot to Leaky.
A victory for Falcons. They get 3 points after a close game with lots of fireworks, like we said we were hoping to see inside this match, and that means we get to speak to the winners. Joom is joining us for a few questions. Good evening, Joom. Yesterday a loss, today a close game. How do you feel about your first week in Stage 1?
Honestly, it could be better, but you know, we still got some points on the board, and it's just the start of the stage, so you know, a lot of stuff can still happen.
Joom, I've got 2 questions. First one is going to be about yesterday. What in your mind went a little bit wrong yesterday? Because it was nearly a great comeback, but ultimately just fell a little bit short.
I think it's mainly like on us, just like focusing on ourselves more, like because I think we played a bit too scared, and like we respected them a bit too much, and that was basically it, I think.
Fair enough, fair enough. And then on to today's game. Obviously got the victory, that's why you're here today. Twisted Minds, Border, it feels like a classic between you 2 teams. I don't know if you're aware of this word, but it was an absolute barn burner once again. It was a really good game. So how did you approach today's game?
I think from last time we kind of knew how they played. They still play like, you know, that crazy play style, so we kind of just expected it more, you know, had the good prep on them, and then, you know, just still, you know, you need to bring your own ideas during the game, and then it just worked out our way.
Zooming back a little bit on these 3 months that you've spent with Falcons, we had a little bit of a talk with Jack early on before this match started, you know, basically comparing where your team was at and what you brought to the table compared to Shaiko. So we felt like you're a much more flexible player that can play a lot of different operators. As you can see on the screen, Shaiko tends to play very often the same style, the same operators, where you are playing a lot, you know, a lot more variety, at least on both sides actually. And what that enables for Falcons is that you guys can have very different roles, but at the same time, it also means that you still have to fight a little bit more to find out your identity, because you're changing a lot of roles, you're changing a lot of operators around to basically integrate you. And my question for you is, do you think that after these 3 months spent in the roster, your team is mature, your roles are set up, and you're feeling like that's it, like the fundamentals are there? Or do you think you guys are still in the process of learning how to integrate you and coming up with the right operators?
I think it's definitely already way better than the start. But I think sometimes it's still like you can feel it, because on some maps you don't play as much as the others, and it's just very different. So I think it depends, like not 100% there yet, I would say.
I mean, the fact is, with a team like yourself, you're realistically trying to grab that top 6 and then really perform in playoffs. I feel like you can afford the group stage in EML to basically experience that and grow. Is that an objective that you guys have in mind, to use this group stage and playing everyone to try and basically, you know, gain that experience and find that final thing that you're missing?
Definitely. I think during the stage you can always like learn so much, because there's just a lot of games which I like, compared to kickoffs where you know had the 2 small groups and you played a few games. I think in EML it really shows like who's the top and who's at the bottom of the league.
Wise words, and we will see, of course, in the next few weeks what's going to happen. Joom, thanks so much for your time, and good luck next week against your old org.
Thank you. See you.
I know you said that the group stage and it's just about getting to playoffs, and it is. But actually, for Falcons, Twisted Minds, VPG2, you could probably almost consider them in their own mini-league. We expect them kind of to be the top 4, but the seeding, the placement going into playoffs, I know we're only on play day 2. The fact that was a clean victory rather than an overtime victory, for example, could be massive, because that's plus 3 points for Falcons, 0 points for Twisted Minds, which can come and be the separator come the end of the stage as well, or come the end of the regular league portion of the stage.